Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well. So it's been about 2 years since I went to a University of Creative Arts where I did photography for a week, and this was during the school holidays. So I went there just to see what the course was like. So we did a lot of different things, and I thought I would share that with you now because photography is a hobby of mine. It's something I love doing. It is something that I may be considering to do in the future, but there are other options that I also want to do, so it depends. But I thought, you know what, why not show you guys what I was up to 2 years ago when I did this course. This is not in any particular order because I can't remember the order that we did these in, so I'm just gonna go ahead in whatever order I feel like. So one of the things that we did was a photo shoot. So I was just in my normal clothes, but we had some props on a table and we just picked whatever we wanted for the photo. So I picked a hat, I picked a fan, I picked various different things. So this is what the photo shoot looked like. So there was obviously the black screen behind us, and there was a light off to the side of the picture that helped with the lighting to make it a better shot. So we did some of that, and then we went on a day trip out to the local beach where we took pictures as well. So some of us had cameras and some of us had those portable cameras where there's only a certain amount of pictures you can take. I can't remember what they're called, but they're not as good as the proper cameras. But I had one of them, so I couldn't really be that creative with the pictures, but I just took them by different angles and by the lighting of where the sun was shining, etc. But I still enjoyed it because I enjoyed trying to figure out what I could do. So that's what I love about photography. Then another thing we did was, this was one of my favourite things that we did. We got two different pictures and we basically, if I remember correctly, we put them on top of each other and we created like one picture out of the two, so we made a bit of a collage and we put it in a machine and it printed both of them off into one picture. So this is what it looked like. The pictures around where it says hope and kindness, that was some more pictures that I took on the beach. And when I did this collage, I wanted to make it meaningful, so I put the words there because those words mean a lot to me, and I just like the idea of the droplet, so I just put that together and that's how it came out. Another thing that we did was we were given a list of objects and things to take a picture of. So these three pictures here, they are just some of the examples of the pictures that we had to take. So we had to take a picture of someone holding on to something, we had to take a picture of someone walking down the stairs, and we just had to think about how we were going to make it look professional, so with the angles, etc. So that was one thing that we did. Also, we learned how to advertise things through photography. So you see on adverts on the TV where they advertise like perfumes, etc., and they have a nice background behind it. They even put like flowers in front of the perfume to make it look nicer and something that women are more likely to buy because of how it's presented. So we were learning how to do that and how to take pictures of them as well. So that was fun, that was very creative. We had to come up with our own ideas. But overall, my favourite part of the week was going into the dark room, because this was my first time going into a dark room, so it was quite exciting. And when I went into the room, it was obviously really dark, so I couldn't really see where I was going. But the only lighting that we had was red lights, because that doesn't affect the picture as much, because any other light will pretty much destroy the picture. But as soon as I got to my station, because we all had our different stations, there was a lot of objects that we had to choose from, and we had to put it on a piece of paper, and we had to place it to make it look like a really nice picture, and then we had to put that on some kind of light camera kind of machine. I don't know how to describe it. And we basically, in a way, took a picture of the shape of the objects through that. And then we went in the middle of the room where there were 3 trays with 3 chemicals in it. And at this point, the paper was just plain because there was no picture on it. And that's what the first chemical did. The first chemical formed the picture. And then we put it into the second chemical once that was done. And that was to wash off the chemicals from the first tray. And then we got to the third tray, which helped the picture to stay on, so basically sticking it on. So that was fun. I did 2 of them because I had time to do another one, so I was really happy with that, because I thought I would only be able to do 1, but I didn't, so that was fun. And then one of the last things we did, if I remember correctly, I think it was one of the last things we did, was, you guys actually already seen this because it was my first video on YouTube, where we got one of our pictures that we did throughout the week, and I chose a picture that I did with lights. So I basically wrote a word with a coloured torch, which was hope. And we had a camera, and it kind of did it in slow motion to the point that it just became a picture. So I enjoyed doing that as well, because it was just quite fun, just trying to write and make it accurately take the picture of the writing, because sometimes you didn't even get the full word, so we had to keep redoing it. And then I chose that as my picture to put onto a glass painting to make it kind of see-through, so when you picked it up and you just moved it around the room, you could see through the letters HOPE, hope. So that was quite interesting to find out how they did that, and I was pretty proud of how it came out. It was a little bit fiddly because you had to peel the picture off a piece of paper and then stick it on a piece of glass, or it was more plastic than glass, but you get the idea. And just how it turned out was amazing. So that was the story behind the first video that I did, which was only a 50-second video. So yeah, that's all that I did during that photography week. I hope you guys have probably learned something from this video, something to do with photography if you love photography like I do. And so on that note, I will see you guys next week.